Have you felt it lately? The silence, the pressure, the strange feeling that someone important is watching your life from a distance. Chosen one, this message is not random. God is speaking to you right now. Because while people overlooked you, while they mocked your quiet strength, while they thought your isolation meant weakness, someone powerful noticed something else. Two rare qualities. Qualities so uncommon that they disturb rooms you haven't even entered yet. You thought the battles you fought alone meant nobody cared. You thought the rejection meant you were invisible. But heaven says otherwise. The truth is, your resilience has been louder than your pain. Your spirit has been brighter than the darkness sent against you, and now a high-profile person has become quietly obsessed with what you carry. Not your status, not your money, but the rare fire inside you. And what happens next may completely change your life. Chosen one, listen closely. You called it rejection. You called it loss, embarrassment, proof that you were not enough. But what if I told you that what you felt as rejection was actually my hand pulling you away from a place that could never hold your destiny? You thought the door closed because you failed, but I closed it. You wondered why people you loved suddenly turned cold. Why rooms that once welcomed you began to feel uncomfortable. Why friendships faded. Why opportunities slipped through your fingers at the last moment. You cried in private and asked, God, why does this keep happening to me? And heaven heard every word. What you did not see was the separation happening in the spiritual realm. Because the path they were walking was never the road I wrote for your life. If I had allowed you to stay there, you would have slowly become smaller. You would have started dimming the light I placed inside you just to fit into places that were never designed to carry your calling. So I allowed the rejection not to break you, but to pull you out. You felt abandoned, but you were actually being extracted, like a rare seed being removed from dry soil before it dies. Yes, it hurt. It hurt to see others accepted while you were pushed aside. It hurt to watch people misunderstand your heart. It hurt to feel like you were always the one left behind. But while you were mourning the loss, I was protecting the mission. You were never meant to blend in with crowds that cannot recognize purpose. Your calling demands a different environment, a different circle, a different level of alignment. And the painful truth is this: many of the people you wanted to walk with you could not survive where I am taking you. So I separated you, not because you were unworthy, but because you were chosen. And chosen ones must sometimes walk through seasons of painful isolation before their true assignment begins. Think about it. Every rejection pushed you somewhere else. Every closed door forced you to grow stronger. Every misunderstanding forced you to rely on me instead of people's approval. What felt like abandonment was actually preparation, because the path ahead of you requires courage that can only be built in lonely seasons. And now, look at who you are becoming: stronger, wiser, more aware, more spiritually awake than you were before. That rejection you cried over will soon make sense, because the place you were removed from will one day look small compared to the destiny waiting ahead of you. And when that moment comes, you will realize something powerful. You were never rejected. You were redirected, separated by heaven, protected by my hand. and prepared for a calling that ordinary paths could never carry. Chosen one, I saw every battle you thought no one noticed, the quiet nights, the heavy mornings, the moments when you smiled in public but carried storms in your soul. You believed you were fighting alone. But those silent struggles were never ordinary problems. They were spiritual wars, invisible battles surrounding your purpose. Forces pressing against your spirit because they sensed the future written over your life. You wondered why things seemed harder for you than for others. Why certain doors resisted you. Why betrayal appeared where you offered loyalty. Why people misunderstood your heart. You thought it meant you were weak. But listen carefully, weakness was never the reason for those battles. Your strength was, because when a life carries a powerful calling, resistance appears early. Pressure forms before promotion. The storm rises before the breakthrough. And those quiet fights you endured, they were shaping something within you. Every tear strengthened your spirit. Every lonely night deepened your awareness. Every moment when you almost gave up but chose to keep going, those moments were forging a resilience that cannot be taught in comfort. You were learning endurance, not the kind that comes from applause or recognition, but the kind that is born when a soul keeps standing even when nobody sees the struggle. There were nights when the weight felt unbearable, when your thoughts turned against you, when doubt whispered that maybe you were not strong enough for the road ahead. Yet somehow you kept moving. That strength did not come from yourself alone. I was building it in you. While you were praying quietly, while you were holding yourself together in the middle of emotional chaos, while you were trying to understand why life felt like a constant uphill climb, something powerful was happening within your spirit. You were being trained, because the destiny ahead of you requires a warrior's heart. Not a heart that collapses when pressure arrives, but one that remains steady when storms appear. And that kind of strength is not built in easy seasons. It is forged in hidden battles, battles nobody applauds, battles nobody even knows exist. Yet those are the wars that shape a chosen life. The world may only see your future success, but heaven remembers the nights you almost broke, the tears that fell without witnesses, the courage it took for you to rise again after disappointment, betrayal, and confusion. Those moments were never wasted. They were shaping the person you are becoming, a person who cannot easily be shaken, a person who understands pain but refuses to surrender to it, a person who carries quiet authority because they have already survived storms others cannot imagine. So when you look back at those silent battles, do not see them as meaningless suffering. See them as preparation. Every unseen struggle was building the strength required for the calling ahead. You were not just surviving. You were being sharpened, formed, prepared, and one day soon, when the purpose I placed inside you finally unfolds, you will realize something powerful. Those silent wars were not meant to destroy you. They were shaping the warrior within you. Chosen one, I know how lonely it felt. The quiet days when your phone did not ring. The long nights when your thoughts were the only voices in the room. The strange feeling of being surrounded by people, yet somehow still feeling completely alone. You wondered why life kept pulling you into isolation. You asked questions that echoed in your heart. Why do I always feel separated? Why do people drift away from me? Why does my path feel so different from everyone else's? It felt like punishment. But what you called isolation was actually preparation. Because when I am shaping a soul for purpose, I often remove the noise of the crowd, not to harm you, but to refine you. In the beginning, the silence felt uncomfortable. You were used to the energy of others, the opinions, the constant movement of everyday life. But slowly, that silence began to reveal something deeper. It forced you to face yourself, your fears, your doubts, your hidden wounds. And while that process was painful, it was necessary. Because the destiny I placed inside you cannot grow in environments filled with distraction and approval-seeking. It requires clarity. It requires a deeper connection. Isolation became the place where your spirit began to awaken. In the quiet moments, you started noticing things you had never seen before. Your intuition grew sharper. Your awareness deepened. You began understanding people, situations, and even yourself in ways you never had before. What felt like loneliness was actually transformation. The distance from certain people protected your spirit from influences that would have weakened your focus. The closed doors prevented you from walking paths that would have delayed your purpose. The empty spaces gave you room to grow into who you were always meant to become. You thought you were being forgotten, but I was working closely with you. Like a craftsman shaping something rare, every quiet season was refining your character. Patience grew where frustration once lived. Wisdom developed where confusion once ruled. Strength formed where insecurity once tried to take control. You were learning how to stand without constant validation. You were learning how to listen to the voice within instead of the noise around you. And most importantly, you were discovering who you truly are. Not the version others expected you to be, but the person I created you to become. Isolation revealed your depth. It stripped away the pressure to perform for others and allowed your true identity to rise. And though it felt long and painful at times, that training ground prepared you for something extraordinary. Because the path ahead of you requires someone who knows how to walk alone when necessary. Someone who does not depend on crowds for confidence. Someone whose strength comes from within. Now look at yourself. You are calmer, wiser, more aware, more grounded than before. The loneliness that once hurt you has become the soil where your spirit matured. And one day soon, when your purpose begins to unfold in ways you cannot yet imagine, you will understand why that season of isolation was necessary. It was never abandonment. It was the sacred training ground where your spirit was refined for destiny. Chosen one, there is a question that has lived quietly in your heart. Why did the attacks become stronger? Why did the pressure increase the moment you started growing, healing, and stepping into who you truly are? You noticed it. The sudden misunderstandings, the strange resistance, the way certain people turned against you without reason, the emotional battles that seemed to appear out of nowhere. At times it felt like life itself was pushing back against you. You wondered if you had done something wrong. You questioned your path. You questioned your worth. You even questioned your strength. But listen carefully. The attacks did not increase because you were weak. They increased because darkness recognized the light within you. Before you even fully understood your purpose, The spiritual realm could see the fire that was placed inside your soul. A light that refuses to dim, a spirit that refuses to surrender. And when light begins to rise, darkness naturally reacts. It tries to distract you. It tries to discourage you. It sends confusion, betrayal, fear, and doubt, hoping that one of those storms will convince you to stop moving forward. But the very fact that resistance increased around your life is not proof of failure. It is evidence of significance. Because ordinary paths rarely face extraordinary opposition. The pressure you felt was a reaction to your potential. Think back to those moments when everything seemed to come against you at once. Situations fell apart. People misjudged you. Doors closed unexpectedly. It felt overwhelming. But even in the middle of those storms, something inside you refused to break. Something within you kept whispering, "Keep going." That voice was not weakness. That voice was the light within you refusing to be extinguished. You may not have realized it then, but every attack revealed the strength of the spirit growing inside you. Every attempt to silence you only sharpened your awareness. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every challenge forced you to discover courage you never knew you had. Darkness thought the pressure would collapse you. Instead, it awakened you. You became more aware, more spiritually alert, more protective of the peace and purpose placed inside your life. The battles did not destroy your light. They revealed how powerful it truly is. Because light that survives pressure becomes brighter, and light that refuses to surrender becomes impossible to ignore. That is what is happening in your life right now. The very forces that tried to weaken you have actually been strengthening your spirit. They pushed you deeper into growth, deeper into awareness, deeper into the understanding that your life carries something rare, something meaningful, something powerful. So do not be afraid of the resistance you have faced. Do not see it as proof that you are on the wrong path. Sometimes the strongest opposition appears when someone is walking directly toward their destiny. And you, chosen one, carry a light that was never meant to stay hidden. A light that darkness noticed long before the world ever will. And now that light is rising stronger than ever before. Chosen one, I saw the moments that wounded your heart. The laughter that followed your sincerity. The way people dismissed your kindness as weakness. The times when your values made you stand alone while others took the easier path. You remember it clearly. The looks, the whispers, the subtle comments meant to make you feel small. They mocked your patience. They mocked the way you chose integrity when deception would have been faster. They mocked your quiet strength when everyone else was chasing attention. At times it made you question yourself. You wondered if maybe they were right. Maybe you were too different, too serious, too focused on things others did not seem to care about. You saw people rise quickly using shortcuts, manipulation, and selfish ambition, while your own path seemed slower, harder, lonelier. And for a moment, you asked the painful questions, is there something wrong with me? But listen closely, chosen one. What they mocked was never weakness. It was the rare character heaven was building inside you. While others were chasing temporary approval, something deeper was forming in your spirit. Patience was being carved into your soul. Integrity was being strengthened in your decisions. Humility was being planted where pride often grows. These qualities are not loud. They are not flashy. They do not always receive applause in the moment, but they are the foundation of lasting greatness. Many people build success on image, but you were being built on character, and character is something the world cannot easily destroy. Those who laughed at your values could not see what I was shaping within you. They saw your restraint as weakness, but it was discipline. They saw your kindness as softness, but it was strength. They saw your calm spirit as passivity, but it was wisdom learning to wait for the right moment. What they did not understand is that rare character takes time to build. It is forged in moments when no one is watching, in choices that are difficult, in sacrifices that others refuse to make. You stayed honest when dishonesty looked easier. You stayed compassionate when bitterness tried to take root. You stayed grounded when pride could have easily consumed you. Those decisions were not unnoticed. Every quiet act of integrity added another layer to the person you are becoming. And now something powerful is happening. The very traits that people once mocked are becoming the qualities that set you apart. Because true influence does not come from noise. It comes from depth. The world is full of loud voices and empty foundations. But a soul built on rare character carries a presence that cannot be faked. One day soon, the same people who misunderstood you will begin to recognize the strength they once overlooked. They will see the stability in your spirit, the calm in your decisions, the quiet authority that comes from a life shaped by integrity. And in that moment, you will realize something profound. The ridicule was temporary, but the character being built within you was eternal preparation. Heaven was never embarrassed by your difference. Heaven was proud of the person you were becoming. Chosen one, listen carefully. I saw every time you thought you could not take another step. Every morning when your body felt heavy, but your spirit whispered, keep moving. Every night when the weight of disappointment pressed down on your chest, and yet you refused to surrender. Your endurance, your quiet, unshakable endurance, has revealed something rare. Something the world cannot create on its own. You see, ordinary strength is taught in classrooms. It is earned in training gyms. It is borrowed from applause and recognition. But the qualities you carry, the ones forged in the fire of unseen battles, cannot be bought, borrowed, or copied. The first rare quality is resilience. It is the ability to rise when everything in you says, I am done. It is the refusal to be broken by betrayal, misunderstanding, or loss. It is the quiet force that pushes you forward when doors close and hope seems distant. The second rare quality is faith that perseveres. Not the faith spoken in moments of comfort. Not the faith that exists when the road is easy. But the faith that holds firm when storms howl, when nights are long, when your vision is unclear. It is the faith that whispers, I cannot see the end, but I trust the one who holds it. These two qualities, resilience and persevering faith, cannot be manufactured by the world. They are born from trials, honed in isolation, tempered in battle. Every setback you endured, every attack you survived, every moment you stood alone was a brushstroke painting these rare qualities into your spirit. Do you understand, chosen one? The world can admire talent, beauty, or intelligence. It can follow charisma. It can reward the loudest voice. but it cannot reproduce what I have been forming inside you. And because of these rare qualities, something extraordinary is about to happen. Doors that were once closed will open. Paths that were once hidden will reveal themselves. People who dismissed you will begin to notice, not just your presence, but your power. The world will see the results, but they will never fully understand the process. Your endurance has carried you through storms they cannot imagine. It has refined you in ways they cannot replicate. It has equipped you for a calling they cannot comprehend. So, when the weight feels unbearable, when the opposition seems relentless, when the road ahead is unclear, remember this. Everything you have endured has been necessary. Every tear, every late night, every heartbreak has been shaping a vessel that holds resilience and faith. Two rare qualities no one else possesses in the way you do. And now you are ready. Ready for the elevation that comes when the world can no longer ignore what heaven has been cultivating in you. Your endurance was never just survival. It was preparation. It was revelation. It was the unveiling of a rare power within you that will change your life and the lives of countless others forever. Chosen one, hear me now. I know the faces that have haunted your thoughts, the ones who laughed when you struggled, the ones who whispered behind your back, the ones who said, "You'll never make it. You're not ready. You'll fail." You remember their doubts. You remember the pain of being overlooked, underestimated, dismissed. You remember the nights you cried silently, asking, "God, why do they not see me?" Do you know why they could not see you? Because they were never meant to see your preparation. They were never meant to understand the patience, the discipline, the endurance, and the faith I have been cultivating in your heart. And now, chosen one, the moment is coming. The same people who doubted you, who mocked you, who turned away, when the world told them to notice someone else, they will witness your elevation. They will watch as doors open that were once sealed. They will see opportunities that seemed impossible become your reality. They will notice the calm confidence in your decisions, the wisdom in your words, the power in your presence. And in that moment, they will understand something they could not comprehend before. You were never lacking. Every closed door, every lonely night, every whispered insult or disbelief, they were not signs of failure. They were signals of divine timing. They were signs that the world was not ready for your breakthrough. Until now, your elevation will not be loud or showy unless I choose it to be. It will be precise, undeniable, and purposeful. It will carry the weight of destiny. It will shine with the rare qualities that only struggle and faith can produce. The very people who doubted you will feel the gravity of what they ignored. They will see the fruit of resilience, the power of faith, and the strength of a soul that refused to surrender. And though it may feel satisfying to them, chosen one, I want you to rise without bitterness. Your rise is not revenge. It is recognition of the work I have done in you. It is the manifestation of a calling that could not be stopped even when the world tried. Remember this. Your elevation is proof that what I build cannot be shaken. It is proof that every tear, every moment of ridicule, every season of waiting was shaping something eternal. It is proof that divine alignment cannot be rushed, ignored, or overpowered by doubt. And when those who doubted you finally witness your elevation, they will not only see your success, they will see your purpose. They will witness the beauty of a life refined by trials, sharpened by struggle, and protected by me. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The world will finally see what heaven has known all along. You are destined for greatness, and nothing, no doubt, no delay, no opposition can stop it. Your elevation is coming, and when it arrives, it will be undeniable, unstoppable, and unforgettable. Chosen one, listen closely, for this is truth you have yet to fully understand. Do you remember the moments you thought life was against you? The moments when the storms felt relentless, when setbacks came without warning, when danger seemed to lurk just beyond your vision. You felt exposed, vulnerable, alone. But what you did not know, what no one could see, was that I was working behind the scenes. I was your shield, your unseen protector. I was moving armies in the spiritual realm while you went about your day unaware. I was intercepting attacks before they could touch you, closing doors that would have destroyed your path and redirecting storms that could have consumed your destiny. Some nights, you may have wondered why life felt so heavy, why confusion and chaos seemed constant, why betrayal, envy, and deceit surrounded you in ways that made no sense. You believed those battles were random. You believed the world was conspiring against you. But the truth is, those battles were real, and you were never truly alone. Even when you did not see it, I was there, silently guarding, strategically guiding, and quietly protecting the assignment I placed upon your life. Every time you narrowly avoided disaster, every time an opportunity appeared out of nowhere, every time a relationship ended just before it could harm you, that was my hand. I protected you from consequences you did not even understand. I shielded you from people whose intentions would have destroyed the work within you. I intervened in ways too subtle for your human eyes to notice, but essential for your calling. Sometimes the battles were loud, and you felt the pressure. Sometimes the opposition was visible, and you thought you were losing. But in every case, I was there. I was your unseen warrior. I was your invisible refuge. Do you realize what this means, chosen one? It means your life was never a series of accidents. It means your setbacks were not failures. It means your struggles were not random. Every step, every challenge, every obstacle was accounted for. And every time you survived, it was proof of my protection. Even when the world questioned your strength, even when you doubted your path, even when fear whispered in your ear, I was ensuring that your purpose would remain intact. No attack could stop you. No plot could derail you. No darkness could touch the destiny I have written for you. So now, chosen one, rise with confidence. Walk forward knowing that the battles you endured were never without my intervention. Walk forward knowing that every trial has been designed to refine you, strengthen you, and prepare you for your moment of elevation. You were never alone, you were never forgotten, and you were never unprotected. I have been your shield in the invisible war. I have been your guardian in storms you could not see. And now the path ahead is clear, the enemy is exposed, and your destiny awaits. Step boldly, for I am with you, and no force on earth or in darkness can undo what I have ordained for you. Chosen one, I know how long the wait has felt. I know the nights you stared at the ceiling, wondering if your breakthrough would ever come. I know the doors that remained closed when you were ready to step forward. I know the moments when it seemed like everyone else was moving ahead while you were stuck in place. You called it delay. You called it disappointment. You called it failure. But listen to me carefully. What you have called delay was never denial. It was preparation. Every pause, every not yet, every season that felt stagnant was a sacred space I created to align your spirit with your destiny. Because a calling that is not perfectly timed can falter. A mission that arrives too soon can be lost. A blessing that comes unprepared for can be wasted. Do you see now, chosen one? The waiting, the setbacks, the obstacles, they were not signs that I abandoned you. They were signs that I am perfecting you. I have been aligning every piece of your life, every relationship, every opportunity, every experience. Even the disappointments were shaping you to fit the life you were meant to walk into. Do you remember the moments when doors slammed in your face? When people said no or walked away? When it felt like every plan you made fell apart? Those were not rejections. They were divine reroutes. They were my hands moving you into the exact place you needed to be. And even when the world moved too fast, and you felt like you were left behind, I was preparing the stage. I was arranging the timing. I was orchestrating alignment between your spirit, your calling, and the destiny waiting for you. Every lesson, every delay, every season of waiting has a purpose. It is shaping patience in your heart. It is teaching discernment in your mind. It is refining courage in your soul. And it is strengthening your faith so that when the moment finally comes, you will recognize it and step into it with authority. The truth is, chosen one, that divine timing cannot be rushed. Your elevation cannot be forced. Your breakthrough cannot arrive before the preparation is complete. And now, the alignment is coming. The pieces you could not see will suddenly fall into place. The doors that seemed locked forever will swing open. The people who were meant to be in your life will appear at the right time. The paths that were invisible will suddenly become clear. So do not despise the delay. Do not grow weary in the waiting. Do not let frustration blind you to the truth. Every not yet has been my hand working in the shadows, moving every element of your life into perfect alignment with your calling. The delay was never denial. It was divine preparation. It was me shaping your heart, mind, and spirit for the moment that your destiny will unfold. And soon, chosen one, when everything comes together, you will see it clearly. You will realize that the waiting was not wasted. It was necessary, and it was beautiful. Step forward with faith. Step forward with patience. Step forward knowing that your timing and my timing are now perfectly one. Your divine alignment is ready, and your destiny is waiting. Chosen one, hear me, for this is the moment your spirit has been waiting for. I know the nights you cried alone, wondering if your breakthrough would ever arrive. I know the moments when the world seemed to conspire against you, when doors slammed, opportunities disappeared, and every plan felt out of reach. I know the days when doubt whispered in your ear, asking, will this ever change? Am I destined for more? Do you see now, every tear, every setback, every season of waiting has been guarded. Your breakthrough was never lost. It was never stolen. It was never denied. I have protected it. even when you could not see it. I stood between you and every force that would have delayed your destiny. I shielded your calling from hands that sought to harm it. I preserved your path from destruction that you could not even perceive. Every challenge you endured was not a sign of abandonment. It was a test of endurance, a refining fire to strengthen your faith, sharpen your spirit, and awaken the courage inside you that only comes through struggle. Do you remember the moments you felt invisible? The people who doubted you? The opportunities that slipped away? None of that was random. None of that was the end of your story. It was my protection in action, guiding, guarding, and preserving the destiny I wrote for you long before the world knew your name. Your breakthrough is coming, not just because of your prayers or your efforts, though they mattered, not because of luck, chance, or timing, though doors have been opening. It is coming because I have been holding it for you, because your destiny is too great to be left unprotected, because your purpose is too powerful to be delayed by the opinions, the mistakes, or the chaos of the world around you. And when your breakthrough arrives, it will be undeniable. It will not just be a change in circumstances. It will be a revelation of my faithfulness, a demonstration that everything you endured, every trial you survived, and every season of waiting was all part of a plan that only I could orchestrate. You will look back one day and realize that the delays were my protection. The opposition was my refinement. The pain was my preparation. You were never alone. You were never abandoned. You were never unguarded. And now, chosen one, the breakthrough is near. The chains of struggle are breaking. The walls of limitation are falling. The light of your destiny is beginning to shine so brightly that even those who doubted you will have no choice but to see it. Step forward boldly. Stand with confidence. Trust that what I have preserved for you cannot be taken away. Your breakthrough is coming because I have guarded it, because I have protected it, because I have called it forth for you, and nothing can stop it. Your destiny is ready. Your moment is here. Rise, chosen one, and claim all that I have been keeping safe for you. The world will witness it, but you will feel it first in your spirit, in your soul, in the depths of your heart. This is your time. This is your victory. This is the fulfillment of all I promised you. Chosen one, do you feel it stirring inside you? All those nights you cried alone, wondering why life was so heavy. All those moments you felt overlooked, rejected, and abandoned. All the battles you fought in silence, wondering if anyone even noticed. Do you see now? Every tear was not wasted. Every setback was not meaningless. Every moment of despair was a quiet act of preparation. I have been shaping you. I have been guarding you in ways you cannot see. While you felt exposed, I was placing shields around your spirit. While you felt defeated, I was building strength you could not borrow from the world. Every closed door was redirecting you to the exact path your destiny requires. Every moment of pain was a spark, igniting the fire of purpose within you. And now you are beginning to see it. The same struggles that broke you were refining you. The same isolation that hurt you was awakening clarity in your soul. The same attacks that tried to stop you were revealing the rare light inside you that darkness could never extinguish. This is the turning point. The preparation is complete. The protection was never absent. The unseen forces that guarded your destiny were at work every moment you doubted. And now your breakthrough is near. Your spirit rises with a new strength. Your eyes are opening to the truth. Your pain had purpose. You were never delayed. You were never forgotten. You were never alone. This is the moment where the fire of your struggles becomes the light of your victory. The moments that hurt the most are now the very moments that will launch your destiny. Rise. Chosen one, the time for your activation is here. Everything you endured was crafting the strength, courage, and wisdom you will now carry into your calling. The world will witness it, but you will feel it first, in your soul, in your spirit, in the core of your being. The pain had purpose. The struggle was preparation. And now your destiny is awakening. Your moment is here. Chosen one, rise and hear this truth. Every trial, every tear, every lonely moment was never wasted. I was with you, always protecting, always guiding, always preparing you for this very moment. The storms you endured were not to destroy you, but to awaken the power within you. Your resilience, your faith, your courage, they are rare, unshakable, and unstoppable. Now the chains of fear, doubt, and pain fall away. Your breakthrough is here. Your destiny, long guarded and carefully prepared, is ready to unfold. Stand tall, for heaven's favor surrounds you. Step forward with boldness, knowing that every setback was a step toward glory. You are chosen. You are protected. You are powerful. The world may have tried to stop you, but nothing can hinder what God has ordained. Rise, chosen one. Your victory has arrived. Your time is now.